I've issued this warning multiple times throughout my channel's history, and I will continue to do so. But you need to be very conscious of who you consider your spiritual leaders, whether that's religious or spiritual. You know, we got all these pastors that are supposed to be leading their flock to prosperity and closer connections with God, but they're all struggling while the pastor's rolling up in a Bentley and living in the mansion and flying around on private jets while his congregation is struggling. That don't sound right. You know, we got like in the Middle Eastern cultures, usually I stay away from that because I'm not knowledgeable on it, but certain things when I hear it just don't make no damn sense. In the previous video I said, why is it that all the rewards always come after death? You know, like for example, like, oh, you get 72 virgins if you blow yourself up in this war. Wait, so I gotta blow myself up? I have to be bribed to blow myself up, but yet you get to keep on doing what you're doing. That don't sound right, bro. Like it just don't, you know. And they're using religion to get you to do what they want to do. The Bible says, "Thou shalt not kill," but how many wars were waged over Christianity? It says, "Thou." God made the rules, and "Thou shalt not kill." You shouldn't. I'm gonna do what the hell I want. I'm God, but you don't kill, and that's what the commandments. That's one of the commandments, you know. But we went out and did that because God told us to, you know. Whatever. But I wanted to focus more so on the spiritual conscious community as well. You know, before I get to them, a relevant sidebar. I always try to put people on to cryptocurrency. It's the new wave. If you wanna lock in your future financial success, you might want to start doing some research into that field. But in that community, there's these people called moon boys. Moon boys are people that say that a certain asset is going to skyrocket in value. And some of them get really bold and they say, like, they'll be like, okay, so it's 11/11. So on November 11th, the price is going to moon to this price, this astronomical price. Get in now. And I've been in the game so long, whenever they say that, usually I kind of just ignore them because whenever people have exact dates, they're usually wrong. However, I'm still an optimist and I'm still like, let me see if you're right. You know, so like I'll just sit back and I'll just follow it. And then the date comes and goes. They made a false claim. And then for those who, well, sometimes things happen and things change and blah, blah, they pivot. And I'm like, you're not trustworthy. I will now ignore everything you say, right? I've applied that same logic to the spiritual community, technically to everybody, but for the sake of this video, I've applied it to the spiritual community as well, you know? Now, there's a particular person that I've been iffy about for a long time, and I'm not going to say no names, you know, but this individual at like months or years ago, I can't remember, but like they said at one point that they are a 12th dimensional being. And even that like was just like, what does that even mean? You know, but so they said that they made the claim that they are a 12th dimensional being. But then a few weeks ago, they also made the claim that if you pay for one of her consultations or whatever, that she could elevate you to a higher dimensional state. She said that during our consultation, we elevated from the 4th dimension to the 6th. So I was like, wait, guys, I know a lot of y'all like what she be saying and doing and all that type of stuff, but she said she was 12th dimensional and she elevated from the 4th to the 6th. Doesn't that sound a little weird? Isn't it weird that someone claims that they're the only ones that can do quantum healing and they can like meditate for you and heal you of your issues only if you pay $1,500 for this service? That don't sound weird to y'all? But then this was the nail in the coffin for me, you know, where the individual said that Source told her that what was going to happen. Source said, the divine feminine told me that Kamala will be elected president. So I was like, ooh, big claim. All right, I was already feeling iffy, but let's see what you got. Come and go, and we all know how that turned out. So I'm like, wait, so Source, as some people call God, was wrong. And if you have any criticisms of what she said, take it up with Source. See, spiritual people have some charlatans in their mix. I'm not saying that individual is all the way faking, but what I'm saying, just generally speaking, like the spiritual community is very gullible too. A lot of people got into spirituality because religion failed them and they rebelled against religion, so they went spiritual, but they're still looking for the person to show them the way and do everything, when you have to realize that in spirituality is a very individual path. Now, there may be some people that resonate and they're walking that same path with you, sure, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to put one foot in front of the other. But these people make these big claims and they still have followings. And whenever they're wrong, like when they say God told them, source told me, divine feminine said this, oh, I'm talking to this entity and it said, and bada bing, bada boom, and they're wrong, caught in a lie, always pivoting. Like, I'm just like, hey guys, at what point do you realize that this person is a con artist? You know, whether that's the spiritual community or some of these pastors, you know, it's strange to me. You know, how gullible some people are. Your third eye is open, but you can't see someone lying with your front two? Like, what is this? You know what I mean? So just be careful of that. Vet these people out. Challenge their claims. And I'm not just saying like you disagree on certain philosophies or something like that. No, when they say this is going to happen, I am a 12th dimensional this and that. I'm a member of the Galactic Federation. I'm this and that. I'm a high level wizard. They give themselves they feed their own spiritual ego. They give themselves these titles that put them above you and all that type of stuff. When they start doing that and then they start to get real ballsy and make specific claims, vet it out. All right, you said that this is going to happen. I was rocking with you, but you made a very big claim that is easy to prove or disprove. Let's see what happens. Oh, you were wrong? Okay, some people are wrong if you want to give them that benefit of that. Okay. Oh, you're making another claim and you were wrong again. But this is like when it comes back to like using the Lord's name in vain for religious purposes. God told me that God said, I don't know, man. So just putting that PSA out there. Till next one.